Hello, friends and new friends. I'm Haru, and welcome back to The Last Door. Last time we played episodes 1 to 2, and if you missed them, the link's in the description. Today we're going to start with episode 3 and see how far we get. We might just do episode 3, we might do 4 as well. We'll just see. You may have noticed that last time I had to make myself kind of small to not cover the text box. But since the game itself is square and not a full screen game, I just kind of slid it over this time. Let me know in the comments if this feels weird or if you like it, and I'll go forward with whatever you pick in the next part. As I mentioned on part 1, I'm not playing this blind. This is actually one of my favorite games of all time. So if you want to not be spoiled, hit pause now and go play these games. I'm not going to reveal spoilers ahead of time, but I also am going through it at a pretty quick clip and pointing out things that might be relevant to pay attention to. If you are new to this and you go play it yourself, each chapter will take about 1 to 2 hours. Since it's a point-and-click adventure game, I'm going to go through it a lot more quickly than that. Anyway, let's get started. Previously on The Last Door. After the death of his old friend Anthony, Devitt decides to travel back to the school they both attended in the outskirts of Aberdeen. In his search, Devitt meets his old teacher, Father Ernest. He also remembers the experiment they all attempted many years back, which had terrible consequences. Then truth is revealed. Father Ernest worships the Eye of the Bird, a vision resulting from the experiment. He killed many people trying to replicate its results. Those who saw the eye back then he calls the Four Witnesses. When discovered, Ernest immolates himself. Finally, Ernest's servant knocks Devitt out and buries him alive. Uh-oh, Devitt. All is darkness. All is cold. All is silence. That's not where we last were. I'm just gonna let the opening run. I like the music. Oh hey, it's like what it looks like outside for me right now. Jeremiah, we must talk. With your mother deceased, arrangements have to be made regarding your upbringing. A man of my position and responsibility can't take the time to look after a young boy. First thing in the morning, you will depart for Scotland. I am sending you to study at the St. Gall boarding school in Aberdeen. You need not bother to write, as I will not have time to read your letters. Dad of the Year! Still no letters for you, Devitt. Please do not persist any further. Pleased to meet you, my new classmates. And who is that? Him? Oh, that's just Devitt. Pay him no mind. He's a little odd. Interesting. Hello, I'm Anthony Beechworth. This is my first term here. I've only just arrived. I hope we can be friends. Meanwhile, a very confused Devitt gets up in definitely not being buried alive. What is happening? And the only thing in his pocket is a ticket to a show called The Four Witnesses. There are 4 figures on it, and one of them has its face scratched out. A ticket to see a play called The Four Witnesses. My head is pounding. I feel so weak and thirsty. If I don't drink water soon, I will faint. Dear Lord, where am I? Eyes close, ears muffle, and voices hush in the land that loves silence. That's normal. I'm not able to move him any faster. He's not doing too well right now. I'm in a city. Is it Aberdeen? How could I have escaped? Cheapest potatoes in town. Young man, could you please tell me where I am? Please, sir, could you give me some water? This ain't a charity trough. I only sell to paying customers, so cough up or get out. As mentioned last time, I'm reading aloud the important text for sure, but I'm not going to necessarily read aloud every incidental description that I click on. Horse meat for sale? Please, I need water. Get out of here, drunk. Everyone's so helpful. There is a man staring at me from amidst the crowd. Something in his countenance seems strange to me. Please, ma'am, could you tell me where I am? You don't know where you're at? Why, this is the old Nicol Street Rookery, a darker, more decrepit place like never there was. But that's in London. How could I have arrived in this slum? I can't go out through the door this guy left from, so all I can go is this way. There's water. It's filthy. The water's foul odor is repulsive, but I am overcome with thirst. Yeah, man. I must have fainted. It's dangerous to be an old Nicole at night. I should make my way out as quickly as possible. Still no way to exit out of there, but everyone else has left. Not even anyone sleeping on the streets. We'll go into the mysterious fog shortly, but I mentioned before that these games have some secrets that some are hard to get and some are just a little out of the way. The eye. That's one of them. Herr Dr. Wakefield is here to see you, mynheer. Show him in, hers. It is about your patient, is it not? There is no trace of him. He hasn't shown up for his last few sessions. I have been to his house, of course. His landlady assured me he went on a trip weeks ago and hasn't come back home. He kept the destination to himself. Then it is happening as I feared. What do you mean? I am sorry, my dear friend. I first thought of this when you described your sessions with Herr Devitt, but I didn't want to upset you without need, as I hope for the best. Now I am afraid my suspicions could be true. There are some things that I will have to verify first, though. I promise that I will contact you as soon as I have learned anything important. Please, Herr Doctor, it is of the utmost importance. No one else knows of this matter. You have my total discretion. Normal. Episode 3, The Four Witnesses. I feel like I've been walking these streets for hours. Surely I must be close to finding my way out of this. Labyrinth? Oh, the man. Bye, the man. First, let me talk to this lady. Do you hear them? It's the crows searching for the moans of the weak and dying. They're calling to each other. They must have found something. Could you help me? These streets are so confusing to navigate. I'm afraid I have lost my way. Could you direct me out? Yes, lost one, I can give you direction. I have been gifted with a second sight. I can peer deep into your past and unwind the tapestry of your fate. Would you like me to close my eyes so that yours may be opened? I haven't a penny to pay you. Money is of no matter here. Come close to me now. So how this works is we can select any 3 cards. You can only select 3 in a single playthrough. There is an achievement for selecting all 5, but that just requires remembering what you picked and doing the others the next time. The Walker, you have embarked upon a great journey, but the path has been walked by you before. You step in your own footprints inside a circle of fire. The Puppet, threads hanging from an immense hand of dust converge upon a single point, your mind, where memories, oblivions, and shadows cluster as one. It is your friend and foe, your home and your prison. The Scream, it begs you to escape. Mute, it shrieks your lost name, sharp, painful, and burning. Its voice is one you know. I don't understand. What does it all mean? I can't unpick these uns. The threads you have woven in destiny are too tight, child, but you will. Oh yes, you will. It is not for me to say, but for you to discover. Remember that in the fog we see only what is closest to us. The bird remains in the distance. If you wish to leave, you must follow the path of the bird. No more direction can I give. I am following a man. He must have passed this way. And how is that man? Tall, well-dressed, red-haired, and a cold look in his eye. The nightmare of which we don't talk about. All of us, asleep or awake, have seen that man at some time. Pardon me, I must go. You will need a map to guide your steps. Farewell. A rusty old oil lamp sits empty in the corner. No, it doesn't belong to anybody. You're welcome to take it if you like. I'm not sure what good it'll do you without any oil, though. I'll go get the oil. Let me actually just follow this guy. I'm not following him right now. I'm going in here. Oh, there's not much purpose. Rats! Alright, let's go this way. This is one of those puzzles which is theoretically very easy, but then I never actually remember what I'm doing. Oh, I got it first try. Never mind. I had to lampshade myself, I guess. A bottle of gin. It's empty, but it may be of some use. It's a distillery. It's a hidden distillery behind the butcher. Here's a glass essentiae. You pour in liquids, impurities are removed. That will be useful to us in just a second. Now we will go out this way, go in here, and get some oily water. Now I have to view this first? There we go. The sewer is flooded here with an ankle-deep pool of water. Patches of oil swirl on its surface. Well, now I have something I can put in the essentiae. I pour the contents of the bottle into the essentiae. The oil floats on the surface. When I open the valve, I will drain the water until all the water has been removed. That's it. I've extracted all of the water. Now I can put some oil in this lamp. I filled the lamp with oil. I hope it will be enough to last the night. Now I still need to light the lamp. Fortunately, that's on our way to where we're going next. Let's go back to where the lady is and use these hot coals, because that's how this works. Also, I threw away the empty bottle because it's an adventure game, and I guess I knew I wouldn't need it anymore. Now let's follow the man. He went this way. So this, what I'm about to do, I'm going to speed really quick through without looking at anything, because there's another one of those little mysteries you can get if you go fast enough, which is also why I got the lantern before following him. Normal! This stump has resin on it, so that's worth remembering. This is a crypt of some kind. You can barely make out a code on this hook. Now that my eyes focus in the gloom, I can see that the person sitting on the bed is an elderly woman. She's just dressed up as a young girl for some reason. She appears not to hear or see me from here. I will need to get closer if I am to explain myself. Oh, I don't want to dance and sing anymore. It's enough for today. I want my lemonade. I want to play. Who are you? Actually, ma'am, I'm afraid I've never met you before. I don't know who you are. Ah, don't you recognize me? No, madame, I'm afraid I do not. I'm very sorry. Oh, no, no, not at all. It's fine. It's been a while since I last performed, I suppose. But don't you forget it. I'm the great little caddy, singer, dancer, the golden girl of London's music halls. These are just like such relatable options. This is me so many days. I want to get out of this place. Hide and seek. Oh, I do love games. I go to the fog when I want to get away. Daddy won't find me there, you see. In the fog, there are no faces. I'm looking for a gentleman. He's well dressed with red hair. Do you know him? He led me to this place. No, father. I have been practicing the latest repertoire as you ordered. I have behaved very well today, haven't I? Let's play. Now stand next to the fireplace and count to 3. 1, 2, 3. What's the time, Mr. Wolf? 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 What the blazes just happened? My head is pounding, and where did she go? Normal! This is fine. I'm exhausted. Father made me rehearse today for 8 hours. By the end, the music wavered with his trembling hands. It's still a long time for the day of the show, but he insisted that everything must be perfect. One more song, he said over and over. Father got really mad at me, and he started to shout when, after many hours of rehearsal, I said I wanted to go out and play a little bit in the street. More and more, he is obsessed with rehearsing with concerts with perfection. Am I not the one who earns the money to feed us? Am I not the one people come from all over to see and admire? Is my name not the one printed on all of the posters? My name. The dolls for sale at the theater entrance, they have my likeness, my dress, and my beautiful hair. I should be the one who makes the decisions. One more song. Yes, one more. A last song for you, Papa. Cool. There's a pile of things on the floor, including a mask. The mask is broken. It broke when it fell. The distorted features, there's a grotesqueness to them. I don't like to look at it. And look, underneath the mask, a photograph. It has a note, Little Caddy Show. There is a girl lit up by spotlight in a music hall, singing to live piano. I'm going to check the embers with my nice gloves. I got a doorknob. Old wardrobe. It's locked. That's fine. You hear that, huh? Well, deal with that later. Alright, so there's a feather in here, but I can't reach it. There's a dusty piano. I'll play it a little. Something is preventing one of the keys from depressing. There was a key hidden under the key. It looks like the lyrics to a song entitled The Last Song for You. The verses are scrawled so poorly as to make them illegible. I'm just going to go open the wardrobe while I'm still here. And take a dress, because that's a normal thing for me to take for no reason. The laughter is coming from behind the curtains. I can faintly see the outline of a figure on the other side. Let's go intrude. It's It's a porcelain doll with lifelike proportions. The face has been removed, leaving her featureless, but its wig shines brightly as though of human hair. I'll just take that, because that's a normal thing to do for no reason. The record is scratched. It's repeating on loop. Let me play with it a little, because I did such a good job with the record player back in Anthony's house. And I can no longer play it. It has finally stopped now that I got a backwards message. A painting of a beautiful young lady with a peaceful expression. She looks like one of Raphael's angels. No, 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 did I not pray enough? Have I not written faithfully every last note you screwed into me? Middle C up to A, measure, G up to C, tied, F, a second violin, bar 2, middle C up to A, double note E, G, C. No! This was supposed to be our masterpiece. Viola C, up an octave and then up to G. What? What? Who do you think you are? Are you blind, man? Can't you see that I am creating the angel's voice? The work. C to A, an octave higher, a fragile voice flutters around the strophe. No, 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 no. And swallow you, laugh at you. I lost it again. Are you all right, sir? My inspiration, too, is lost, quite lost. In the fog, the notes moan, just her. Who was she? Oh, beautiful Daphne, the best soloist that a composer could have, the voice of an angel, what made my music possible. She would stand there by the window. The wind caressed her cheeks, it danced in her golden hair, her dress glowed like an ember in the dusk sun. What happened to her? She was very delicate, like a flower in the desert, like a petal in the storm. The sickness, it just swept her away. Her voice, my God, her voice. It came from heaven. She was the angel of my music. The mausoleum outside the house, is that where Daphne is buried? That's right. I have visited her many nights and have even slept beside her on the cold, wet stone floor. I am following a man, though come to think of it, maybe he is following me? He has a red beard and wears a cape. I sometimes find this man, too, among my notes. I feel him close to me at times. Please, I need to get out of this place. You ask me for words, but words are betrayers. They're dirty. Music, just music, remains beautiful, but it's a prisoner inside all of us. We must set it free. I can't help you now, not until my work is finished. My work is the important thing. She was my only inspiration. I must go. Let music and singing surround you, my man. On his desk, he has a roll of music score. You might think that I need this to play the piano or something. I do need it for that room, but it's a little sideways of that. If I blow through the paper roll, maybe I could manage to make the feather fly. I got it. It's a big black feather with some gray spots in the base. Now, I have most of the stuff that I need to gaslight this man. But the mask is broken, so I'm gonna go fix it. I managed to coat the feather with the resin. I stuck the pieces together with the resin. This face, it reminds me of a girl from one of the paintings. Yes, just right. It looks more and more like the young woman in the painting. Daphne, you're back! Are you a figment of my melancholic mind? Are you the ghost of my dying music? No, it doesn't matter, because you are with me again, and I now know exactly how to compose my masterpiece. Please take my violin. Now that I've completed my work, I no longer have a use for it. It needs to be with her. Go to the mausoleum and place the violin where her heart lies. The angel of my music will guide you. Here, take the key to the mausoleum, my friend. Look for the Simurgh. Cool. I'll look for the Simurgh, I guess. Uh-oh. The sarcophagus is broken. Where on earth is the coffin? Who could have done this? So I can't put the violin in because this isn't where Daphne is. A trail of soil leads from the sarcophagus to this hole. Was the coffin transported through here? What was that? Maybe I can see something if I look into the keyhole? Darkness there and nothing more. I'll look again. Cool. So it's clearly a kind of weird bookstore. If you can guess from the bird monster. I beg your pardon, sir, if I have startled you. What are you doing here sitting in the dark? Why, I am reading these marvelous books. In the dark? But how can you see the words without any light? That is the only way to see them, really. That is, if you want to see the words on the other side of the page, the words from the shadows. Shadow always hides from the light, you know, so they can only be read in darkness. Are you the owner of this bookshop? Oh, goodness, no. The bookshop doesn't belong to anyone, not since I found it here. I am just a guest, an explorer of these ancient tomes. Have you seen a man pass this way? He is red-haired, tall, and wears a cape. Oh, yes, I know of whom you speak. I see him here from time to time perusing the books. He would pick one off the shelf, glance at it, and then put it back. He and I never spoke, though. Why do you ask? I see him sometimes, but he slips away whenever I meet him. I feel as if he is guiding me towards something. That may be so. We each have our own white rabbit to lead us through lost places. Can you tell me which books this man perused? Let me think. Ah, yes. I recall him looking at Unexplored Places of the Empire. An excellent tome, very revealing and very rare. This bookshop is very fortunate to have a copy in its collection. I am not sure where it is now, but I'm sure it can't be far. Whoops, I didn't mean to click that a second time. Pardon the interruption, sir. I will leave you to your reading. On the shelf behind him, there are individual books that... Or maybe it's the one over. I thought it was this shelf. Anyway, one of these bookshelves has... No, don't talk to him. Has very specific books that you can click on with different titles. And if you find all of the books, you get an achievement. However, they are very precision-based, and they are all related to Lovecraftian and cosmic horror. He hears a woman's voice singing a lullaby in the distance. A book lies on the floor. Its spine reads Unexplored Places of the Empire. A page has been marked. The Place of the Eternal Fog, also known as Jaila, it is a unique bay in the east of Baleshwar near the jungles of Bengala. It is surrounded by tall, snow-capped mountains, usually covered in mist. The waters of the bay are very dangerous and rarely visited. Interesting. Okay, it's just the same thing. Sometimes you have to click something twice to, like, pick it up, but sometimes not. There's this weird stairwell. We'll go there in a second. There is a tree. It is a massive dead tree. How could it have formed here inside this building and without sunlight? And these are the remains of a coffin. It looks like it was burst through from the inside. I see something caught in the branches. It appears to be a page torn from the book below. On the ground lies a book entitled The Songs of Jaila. The page to which it was opened has been torn out, but the remaining fragment identifies a song title, The Search for Simurgh. Anyways, let's go down the weird stairs next to the weird tree. I mean normal. These are normal things that are happening to our friend Devitt. He's having a normal one. There's a note, partially obscured by mud. I mustn't fall asleep. I hear them crawling. I hear them gnawing. Rats, too many of them. They know I'm here. I mustn't fall asleep. They stalk me, coming closer and closer. I can see their blood-red eyes glimmering in the darkness. I mustn't fall asleep. So that went well for him. The dead roots of a once great tree filled the cavernous sewer. A strange green moss covers its surface, and there is a great crack along its length. Well, I guess this is, since the coffin was above, this must be Daphne's heart? The violin has disappeared amongst the roots as if swallowed up. The trunk seems to be expanding. That noise came from above. Let's go check it out. The tree has grown. Some of the branches has crashed through the window and into the street. Let's take the long way out. Since we haven't walked this way before. You know this place. Anyways, my goal is to find where those branches crash through into the exterior so that I can pick up the page that was caught in them. The paper sheet captured in the branches is now within my reach. On the page is a strange poem. First into the wind they sought for the king, but lost were the birds, they wept in suffering, and flew to the sea, compelled by a need. They found the silence, their quest was complete. So let's keep in mind wind, bird, sea, silence. Uh-oh. Hey, man. Hey, dude. Come back, dude. All right, we're about to go in the fog. Wind, birds, sea, suffering. Nope, not suffering, silence. Haha. Little Freudian slip there. Birds. That's wind. Those are definitely birds. That sounds like waves to me, so that'd be sea. Silence. Good work! We followed a poem! Your ticket, please. All right, fair enough. Thank you. Please come in. It's the blonde man. Hello, Jeremiah. I knew you would find us eventually. Welcome to our humble performance. You were there. You were part of the group. You don't remember my name, do you? I am Alexandra. What is this all about? What do you want from me? From you? Nothing, dear Jeremiah. It is you who came here searching for answers. It is the same as when you joined our group. We each come with our own reasons. Do you remember yours? Yeah, back in the second part, we found that he was really into philosophy. True philosophy. Indeed, it was our thirst for knowledge that drew us together. No one waits for us out there, dear Jeremiah. There is no one who will care for us when our hour comes. We had been alone until now. How did I end up in London after being buried in the boarding school? The bird protects us. It is by his design that we should meet again, but we are not the only ones who take shelter beneath his wings. His influence and power is ever expanding, ever reaching. Do you not feel him beckoning? I only want to wake from this nightmare. This is no nightmare. It is a show, a performance. The truth we seek lies beyond the curtain. Now we have crossed the point of no return. The lights are on, the stage is set, and soon you shall meet the actors. Welcome. This belongs to you. Uh-oh, Devitt. Uh-oh, what do you think that means? That means you were in some kind of cult, my man. Dearest Herr Dr. Wakefield, if you are reading this, then you have followed my instructions to... Oh, sorry, I have to do the accent, don't I? Dearest Herr Dr. Wakefield, if you are reading this, then you have followed my instructions to arrive at the agreed-upon address. Good! I apologize that I could not accompany you immediately. My own investigations have demanded a certain unanticipated degree of attention. I have determined that your patient, Devitt, is in serious trouble. I will contact you with more information post-haste. In the meantime, discretion is of the utmost importance. Your friend, Johann Kaufmann. So that was... episode 3. I think my voice is holding up enough to do episode 4. Yeah, there's not as much talking in episode 4. I can do episode 4. I'm going to skip the previously because we just played it. There is no turning back. I have made my mind. I'm ready. Go on, do it. Do it. Do it. Yeah, so he was really involved in the cult stuff, actually. Can you see all these stars twinkling in the black outer abyss? All the constellations traced by human eyes in long-distant eras? Look now to the forest in the valley, to the old tower, from the last tree in the distance to the stars in the sky, and even the stones beneath our feet are just silhouettes that hide the truth from our poor senses. Ancient shadows that hang over the veil that hides the world, as if it were the curtain of a theater. The veil separates the truth from the lie. The veil is a place, Devitt, a place of mists. Anthony's great abilities brought you here, but his influence will soon fade away. The mask of lies will descend over your eyes once again. You must find the door as I did. The door that gives passage through the veil. Open it, and we will walk together beyond the mist. Very big will rule this afterlife as king and queen energy, you know. I suppose you are wondering why I called you so urgently. I cannot deny it, your letter was truly mysterious. I have been traveling, Doctor, to Scotland. Have you heard about the massacre of St. Gall? Why, yes, the tragic event has been the continued object of speculation and grim rumor in every newspaper in England. For weeks now, pamphlets have claimed that all kinds of macabre things took place. But I don't understand. How is all this connected with my patient? He was there. I'm afraid he is one of the victims. Dear God! Are you telling me my patient has been murdered? Murdered? Thankfully, no. Please excuse me for alarming you. I did not mean to give this impression. Herr Devitt was attacked, but survived. What happened to him then? It seems the criminal was caught by Herr Devitt in the midst of the act. Then he tried to do the same thing to Devitt that he had done to the others. Fortunately, the nuns arrived in time to unearth him from the coffin. Herr Devitt was hospitalized. The nurses report that he remained unconscious for an entire day. What was Devitt doing there? Many years ago, the St. Gall Hospital was a boarding school. It appears that both your patient and Mr. Beechworth spent a part of their youth together there. We can assume that Herr Devitt was investigating something. He believed that he had found a clue related to his friend's death. What was the cause of those awful deaths? No one knows for sure. The victims were inflicted with terrible wounds. All of them had an expression of utmost terror on their faces. I suspect you did not find Mr. Devitt in the hospital. Indeed, he was already gone by the time I arrived. I have not been able to determine his whereabouts since. I see. What conclusions do you draw from all of these circumstances? I have some theories, but I would prefer to not reveal them until events have unfolded. In all of them, there is a fundamental element whose role has not yet been revealed. And what leads you to this conclusion? It is something that the Holy Sisters found beside Herr Devitt, within the coffin. An empty hypodermic needle with traces of an unknown substance. Episode 4, Ancient Shadows. I'm sure this is the place. Alexandra's house must be just ahead. Here we are. Here's a greenhouse. I'm going to remove the bar and go in. Even though it's dark, it's odd that the greenhouse was latched from the outside. Yeah, that's weird. Just going to stand here in the dark for a minute and listen. I'm going to leave the dark greenhouse. This is the gate into the backyard, but I can't open it because it's latched. I certainly could not reach over that gate. Knock, knock. No one is answering. Perhaps I should go inside anyway. I'll just tell the household that I'm an old friend come to visit. There's a clock here. Examine that later. Portrait. Footsteps. There must be someone upstairs. Well, let's go check upstairs then. The silhouette of a man. It bears a strong resemblance to Alexandra. The silhouette of a woman. Alexandra! Alexandra, it's me, Devitt. I'm sorry if I startled you. Is everything all right? Why are you sitting in a wheelchair? Are you hurt, maybe? Can you stand? He is staring blankly at some distant point, as if he has not heard my question at all. You told me I should come here, and I came as soon as I could. Can you tell me what is happening here? He gives no answer, but persistently stares at something nearby. He appears to be in some kind of hypnotic trance. When I was downstairs, I could have sworn I heard footsteps. Were they yours, or is there someone else in this house? For a moment I felt a flash of hope that he was looking at me, but he is unresponsive. Alexandra, please say something. I don't know what to do. I don't understand just what happened to him. There's another clock here. It is missing the bird. And there is a puzzle. There's a little note on the bed. The veil is something we sense in our innermost being incessantly. In vain do we waste our lives craving to tear through. It is Hang on. Jailithel, the curtain behind which the great wings beat. Inside, its ancient mists inhabit the shadows of those who left. Well, nothing to do here right now, so let's keep exploring. I'll just take this giant hook. I can't work in the basement anymore. Those wretched sculptures, I feel them stalking me in the darkness. I know it is not possible, but I can hear the crunches, the flapping wings, stone grinding on stone, their frozen paroxysms. What diabolical art were those gestures conceived? An eternal movement, a tension, an impossible struggle to get back the life they never had. I might place them outdoors in the greenhouse and let the mold discover them and the wasps make nests of their hollow hearts. Yeah, so those sounds we were hearing in the greenhouse, just statues. Normal, you know, normal. This was a dark room, but the red tinted glass has been taken away. That's water. This is a messed up picture. Couple wearing rat masks. Here's some cyanide. I'll just grab that. Note. It is how to develop photos. I'm not reading it. You can pause and flip through it yourself if you want. The main thing to note here is you add vitriol first and then cyanide and then you wash it. I'll take this light bulb as I go. Oh wait, I can't yet because I don't have a lamp. It will not let me. He'll be like, no, it'll get dark and I hate that. Scary. A large envelope of black felt covered in dust and ashes. It is labeled with a warning, do not open it under white light. Okay. A letter. Dear Alexandra, I have excellent news. A contact from the university has given me access to a 12th century alchemical tome containing an amazing formulary. There is no doubt that sometimes mere contemplation takes the mind to places that otherwise it would never have visited. Leafing through the grimoire and marveling at the exquisite illumination of its pages, I have been struck by a sudden epiphany, a radical but elegant method that I've decided to try. Forgive me for not providing any information about the method itself. As soon as I get definite results, I will write to you immediately. I believe fortune has truly smiled upon us today. Videte ne qui sciat. That was probably from Anthony. It doesn't say so explicitly, but I suspect that would have been from Anthony, and that the method he developed was the same one that drove him mad. There's an invoice. It's payment for adjusting the cuckoo clock to give strokes exclusively at 6:15 and synchronize all the clocks. This is a hint we need for the puzzle that will be coming later. I don't think there's anything else we need there. Let's go try to find the lantern. Sorry, I clicked that already. I forgot. A couple of old teacups stood on the table. One of them is full and still warm. So who was here? Who was here? Who do you think was here, guys? Shout out in the comments for who you think was here. An oil lamp, yay! This one's already lit. Some old bottles. There's a diary. This is the last thing written. It's been a while since I can't devote any time to this diary for reasons beyond my control. An event most tragic has taken place in this house. Mr. Dupre has gotten ill, immersed in an everlasting stupor from which, it seems, he shall not return anytime soon. Since the accident, I patiently take care of him. The doctor's treatments don't seem to do any good. I feed him like a child and make sure that all of the sculptures in the house are turned toward the wall. What else can I do? The clockmaker just left. He has done such a good job. In the end, Mr. Dupre is not going to be able to notice the change in the clocks that he has so insistently requested. In his state, time will not be a problem anymore. Let's go to this door that I can see in the gloom. This will take us into the backyard. There's a cellar here, but it is locked. A cloven tree. An old well. Let's try pulling up whatever's in there. Fortunately, even though that happened, I can just go hook the bucket. He's found a little bird of brass. There's something inside it, but I can't just smash it open or anything. And here's a grave. And Devitt has PTSD. It looks like someone was buried here. Let's go unlatch that gate we couldn't open before, so we now have a shortcut. And while I'm here, actually, I'm going to go... What was I going to do? I'm going to go grab something from the dark room. Because I need to have a red light bulb, so I might as well take this light bulb with me in case I see an opportunity to make it red. If I sounded really ominous when I said that, it's on purpose. First things first, let's go to where chemicals might be kept out in the greenhouse, the spooky greenhouse. Creepy angel statues. And on display, a bottle of vitriol oil. Cool. This pane looks like it was broken from the inside. I wouldn't worry about that. Why would anyone worry about that? That's normal. That's normal. Alright, let's go into the woods. Is there a reason to? Yeah, the reason is I know what's out here. The corpse of a deer, its abdomen torn open. It looks recently dead. I love that sound effect, and that Devitt referred to it as grossly covered in blood. Like, yeah, dude. We have everything we need to develop some pictures now. And we went about it so normally. We gathered the acids we need, we found the pictures that were not burned, and we acquired red. Okay, let's put the red lamp in where it goes. Here? No. Come on. Where's the... Oh. Now, I believe it's vitriol, then cyanide, then water. Let me just quickly confirm. Oh, I went through it too fast. Yeah, vitriol, then cyanide. And it has a specific number, which makes me think this puzzle was more complicated originally, but they're not going to ask us to do that. Cyanide. And then rinse the plate. An image is appearing on the plate. It is a photograph of Anthony and Alexandra. Okay. They went back. They went back after. They're gone now. They could have done that at any time? Anyways, let's go show this photograph to Alexandra. Maybe it'll help. Alexandra, do you recognize this photograph? Take a look. It is you and our old friend Anthony, and there is someone else blurred in the background. Who is the third figure? Does he mean something to you? He is breathing heavily. He seems to be lacking air. And he's now just chanting the bird awaits. It's a clockwork hand, which is needed for the clock downstairs. So let's put the bird in here. And then go do the puzzle downstairs. 6:15. The clock is rotated. Oh, I need to put the hand on before I go in there. 6:15 and rotated sideways would be 3 o'clock is what it would look like. I cannot just do this by, like, dragging them. I have to click through repeatedly. And now he's chanting, Jailithal, Jailithal. The bird got thrown to the ground and got its beak open, which was a thing that I could surely not have done manually myself with my human body. There was a key inside the bird. Let's go to the cellar. Yeah, doesn't everybody have crows in their cellar? I know I do. I know I do. A shovel! Yay! Well, I wonder what that's for. Anyways, there's another door off this way, but there's actually not much reason to go in here. I'm just going to show you what the room looks like. And I'll actually read this letter later, because I think it makes more sense otherwise, but there's nowhere to go here. This was clearly the evil experiment room of some kind. So let's go dig up this grave, as you do. Again, he's having traumatic flashbacks. Don't worry about it. I would also under the circumstances. That one actually is kind of normal. It's a rusted thing. Yeah, no, that's fair. The remains of a humanoid body, but with a grotesque animal aspect. maybe a small ape. It has a collar with some engraved words on it. Old Mike! I love Old Mike. I'm going to take this canvas from you. It's a map of the stars. Besides the corpse, there is a paper leaf. Dear Alexandra, undoubtedly your methods are definitely stronger than mine. How do you manage to get results with such alacrity? On another note, my epiphany with the treatise of alchemy was not accidental. When examining the text closer, I have come to the conclusion that for a time Raymundus Lully sought the same thing we did. In his account, he describes a formula that he calls hoopoe. Yes, like the legendary bird. It closely resembles the serum with which we have worked so far, except for minor differences. It's a pity what you tell me about old Mike. I hope he gets better soon. Videte ne qui skiat. Not signed, but again, it's probably from Anthony. Anyways, we got the map, we read the letter, we looked at old Mike. Let's go show this also to Anthony, because why wouldn't we? There was a scream. Oh god, that sounds like Alexandra. Okay. I don't know why I got it twice, but maybe I clicked on the cellar by accident and got it twice that way. Alexandra! He's gone. There's something in his chair. So that blew open. Some diary pages on the wheelchair. The paper is ripped apart as if someone had stripped it off the book hastily. I'm writing this in the light of my desk lamp, hoping to be able to remember it all when the birds finally sing and the sun's blessing dispels the dark shadows of the mind. During the whole afternoon, a strong wind hit the valley, so strong that it has cracked the larger branch of the old oak in the garden. I find it hard to get sleep during these nights, so I read a lot while accompanying the professor. I don't really know when exactly I fell asleep. I was awakened by the chill of the night, which was seeping through the open window. I looked outside and I saw him. The professor was miraculously awake. What was my joy to see him standing on the balcony, watching the valley with a true serene expression, enjoying the fresh and calm air right after the storm. I felt that a blessing had fallen upon this house, and for a moment I felt immensely happy. I stared at him for a while without saying anything, being afraid of dispelling a vision I hadn't believed possible for a long time. And then, in the midst of the silence, I heard a sound that froze me in my seat and snatched all my calmness with such a terrible chill that I will never forget. A loud noise beside me, low-pitched as the drag of a slab. Mr. Alexander's snore, who was pleasantly sleeping in his bed. I've already made a decision. I'll leave this house. I think probably Alexandra's been astrally projecting, which is why, even though he's been unconscious in his chair, there's footsteps and teacups and her, I'm suing her, maybe him, a servant of the household, seeing him on the balcony even though he's asleep in the same room. I'll go out here. And I'm going to grab this. It's a statue. It's holding something. It's a lens mounted in a metal ring. My lens now. Technically, if I stay in this room long enough. Sometimes a crow will fly in here and say nevermore. It's one of those mysteries. However, it can take up to, like, I think over 10 minutes to happen. It's random. So I'm going to finish what I'm saying here, and if we have not got lucky enough for it to fly in instantly, I am just going to leave, because I don't fancy killing time that long. Never mind, bird. Let's go back to the cellar. Now, remember there was that room that I said I'd read more about. What was that? Something totally normal, Devitt, like everything else in your life. Have you ever doubted how normal your life is, Devitt? I'll read this now. It's an English annotation in the book. This and no other is the function of the serum we manufactured at the boarding school when we were young. It is something that we didn't understand at that time, to accompany the mind, the proscenium of the big theater, and there help us look beyond the curtain that separates the world of men from the land of truth. To look, I say, if anything, to apprehend an image of what lives there. Just that. Will the hoopoe allow us to raise the curtain enough to walk off the stage and go beyond? And this has been opened up now. So, we are going to put this on the telescope because it's a lens. We're going to look out here. Now, I'm going to exit this just so that I can show you. We need to access the summer triangle, and it's a certain set of stars. And I actually, no, I was going to ask if I could, like, bring it here to look at the same time. I think it's this one. This one? No, it's not that one. This one? And this one? No. There we go. Correct. This is the summer triangle. Now we are able to go here. We have to change it to these symbols. Then that desk will open. There are 2 slots for syringes. Only one of them remains. The voice again. It comes from the bottom of the pit. I've never seen a pit I don't want to go into. Alexandra! Alexandra. You want my syringe? This is what you asked me to search for, is it not, Alexandra? Am I right? The last door. Shai Ilathal. The last door. We can cross together. What should I do? I'm waiting for you. Here in the mist. It's nearby. I can hear it. What's nearby? What do you hear? I hear the beating of its wings. It knows we are afraid. I am ready. Sit down. Do you think that we will find any clue here about Devitt's whereabouts? This is, the Beechworth Manor, if you don't remember. The police must have taken almost everything, but we have no other leads to pursue. Hopefully they have overlooked something. What about this room? This was the door that we could not get open in episode 1. There is a sealed letter between this table and the wall. It looks like Herr Beechworth never sent it. I think it is best that you read it. Dearest Alexandra, please, you must reflect on this. We do not yet know what we are dealing with. If you were to open the door, it may stay that way, an open way for whatever lives on the other side. Videte ni qui skiat. Last door! So that is the... Oh, no, I forgot. There's a little bit after of Devitt wandering through the fog. The mist, perhaps I should say. There he is. There's my man. So that was episode 4. Season 2 literally is a continuation of the same story, from a different perspective. Because Devitt is, preoccupied. So I will be continuing this with The Last Door Season 2, quote-unquote, but it is literally episodes 5 to 8. I have a little time. I could do some of the extras. We can see if they have any lore that's relevant to us. They're really short little things. The morgue. Get a scalpel, get some various other tools, warning for extremely mild gore in the 8-bit sort of way. 16-bit, whatever. According to the police, the deceased's name is Father Ernest Glynn. The man immolated himself. Well, let's see the body. We'll see if the police report is right. Good lord, what a mess. I'm not yet sure if I need to cut it all. The skin is all scorched. Cause of death is shock caused by sudden burns. Horrible way of passing. What could lead a man of God to commit such an act? All that remains is to file the medical report so he can receive the proper treatment of a fine gentleman deserves. I should file the medical report. The case still puzzles me. Why did he do it in such a painful manner? Was he drugged or intoxicated? I should check his stomach for signs of poisoning. Okay. Sounds that are gross. Alright, the stomach looks fine on the outside. Now I should cut it open to check its contents. Sharper blade, alright. Gross. What is this? There's something strange in here. It looks like a piece of paper. Ugh. It is a note. Ernest Glynn, Jeremiah Devitt, Alexander D., and then the last name is Hugo Ashbourne, but it's been struck out. Remember that. A crumpled note with 4 names, one of them crossed out. I think I should inform the inspector immediately. And that's it for the morgue. As you can see, these are all just really tiny shorts that provide a little bit of more information about what's been going on. Death sentence. Francis Baldwin. After being certified of your guilt by a peer jury, we find you guilty of the wicked and violent murders of 14 innocent and sick people. Because of this sentence, I am hereby authorized to execute you at this very moment by hanging to death in the sight of God. Would you like to make a final statement before we proceed? Why will you say that I am mad? You should have seen how mercifully I proceeded. With what love? I saved them. I released them. Now they are in a better place. Do you still believe I am mad? I've had enough of that guy. Wanderer in the fog. She is the only survivor. What happened to the others? They are all dead. I would like to talk to her. Good afternoon. My name is Johann Kaufmann. I am a doctor. Would you mind if I asked you a few questions? Please be careful with what you ask. Miss Parnell's state is delicate. I am perfectly fine and able to talk, sister. Thanks for your consideration. Now, doctor, I understand you want me to repeat my story? I would be thankful to hear it indeed. I'll stay outside if you need me. I am a sane woman, Doctor, in complete control of my mind and reason. You do not dare to question it. I certainly wouldn't. Then I will commence. I woke up in the dark. The room was small, so narrow that I could touch the wooden walls just by raising my elbows. Where were you? Could you recognize the place? I couldn't tell at first. For a moment a most dreadful thought crossed my mind. What if I had been buried alive? When I got out, I found myself in my parents' house. I haven't been there since they sent me to school. Were your parents there? Did you see anyone there? Your parents, or maybe someone you know? No, they were not in the house, nor was any servant I had known in the years of my childhood. I was alone. I could feel the humid air on my skin, and could smell the scent of the long time abandoned. I walked the rooms, unsettled by the silence. The place had the bleak feel of a ruin. Then I saw someone. In the opposite end of the corridor, an old woman stared at me. Did you try to talk to her? I tried to, but she did not answer, and she walked away when I tried to get closer. I followed her out through the back alley and into the streets. I got lost in the burg of Aberdeen. The streets were deserted and a thick fog covered everything. I thought I had seen the old woman through the fog once or twice, but they could have been just shadows. Where was everybody? Did nobody walk the streets? Where was everybody then? I don't know, but I haven't said there was nobody. I met some people, vagabonds. One of them was a priest. I remember a novelist, and a boy, too. The priest. Where did you meet him? I met him in a stable. Good Lord, he said mass there among the beasts. Could you imagine the profanity? Tell me more about the novelist. The woman had never written a word. She created only in her mind, you know. She could tell the story sentence by sentence with perfect precision, and I could even hear a piece of her last work. What was the piece about? Do you remember anything about the novelist's work? Yes, the piece she told me was something like... The shadows of the past soon melted within the land that loved silence. Through the fog they walked, found themselves lost. Hoping for a sign from their gods, they set camp on the beach where 30 birds awaited to meet their crown. So the boy, what about him? I came across an abandoned carriage. The horse was long dead, its bones still harnessed to the cart. There was a young man petting the carcass of the animal. Could you talk to this young man? He was deaf, but I think he could read my lips. When he spoke, he did with a clear accent. He said he could only listen to the songs of the departed. What happens then? As I walked, the fog got denser. I could barely see anything around. I finally met the old woman. She didn't say a thing, but gave me a cardboard card. Then she left. She gave you a playing card? It was one of those used to tell fortune. There was a drawing of it of a veiled person holding a lamp. Then the mist seemed to clear out, and I could finally see. What could you see? A barren land bathed by roaring waves. There were thousands of birds, and then I realized there was something else. What was it? It was there. It looked at me. The burning dark inside, the shaking, the scream. That vision, that I cannot understand. What is it, Doctor? Have I finally lost my strength of mind? I believe you. I am sure that what you lived was real. But I am afraid that I currently lack any proof that can confirm your account. I am sorry. I should leave. Thank you for your time. Wait, Doctor, I have something else to say. When I first woke up here, there was something beside me. Would this be enough proof? It looks like a tarot card. And last but not least, Beechworth's Wake. This is young Anthony Beechworth, so this must be Beechworth Sr. He does not look dead, but just asleep. I barely knew him, busy as he was traveling the world. What would be of man with no aspiration for the other side to inspire or lead him? I knew it would come to this. Your father was a terrible mess of a man. I am only grateful that he brought you to our home. Soon enough, not long after you were born, I hold no doubt that you will learn from his bad example and grow up to be a righteous gentleman. What could be greater than the efforts of mortals to rise from their miserable condition? We will speak later, young man. We're busy. This is so sad. He was most dearest to me. You know, your father was a complicated man. He had a strong character and was stubborn as a mule when he had taken a determination. He believed he had a mission in this world, though I am not sure he knew exactly what it was. That which avoids description, the unknown, provides men with a reason to exist. This is a most sorrowful day. Mr. Beechworth was a great man, lad. This is an obscure domain, its secrets taken by man from the silence of nature and death. You are the young Beechworth, is that right? Your father left you everything, Anthony. The house, his accounts, and all his belongings for you to receive when you come of age. He was very specific in his testament, though, that you should receive this promptly, his personal book log. These are the memoirs of my life, my research, and knowledge of the other side. Use them wisely, son. He did not. All right, those are the extras, which I guess makes this great for anyone who wants to be theory crafting between the games. Feel free to start leaving some of your early theories in the comments. Yeah, thank you for watching. I'll probably pop up a few more of these over the next week and maybe do another live stream in the next couple of days. Expect a more regular schedule to start getting figured out once we're a little more into January. So yeah, thank you. Please like and subscribe, do all those YouTube things that help out over in this realm, and have a great rest of your day. Bye!